Hey, you don't want to watch the Xbox game show that's live right now? No, not really. I hopped off the hype train years ago. Do not board the hype train. Never gets off at the station you want it to get off at. Never goes where you think it's going to go. Disregard the hype train. Board the realistic expectations bus. It arrives later. It gets there slower, but you are never disappointed. I am too lazy for hype. That's what I'm. You know what? I'm just too old for hype. The fact is that I have lived through so many overhyped video games, consoles, films, events, TV shows. I've lived through so many overhyped things that they have just lost all meaning to me now. It's instead of overhyping something, just release something that's good when it's good. And sometimes some of the best things just get released to very little hype. And they're like, okay, here we go. Here's what I've made. And it's good. Vampire Survivors, basically no hype. Released, everyone took a week out of their lives to play it. Factorio, very little hype. Released, everyone just decided this is the best thing in the world because it's fantastic. I don't appreciate being told that I'm going to like something because it's going to be great. I very much appreciate being given the chance to experience something and then work out whether I like it or not. So to me, hype is, it's going to sound really silly, but in like a positive way, not like a negative, depressed way. I feel like I've almost outgrown the cycle of hype that is designed to get me super interested in a product, designed to make me consume the product while forgetting my kind of logical, analytical approach to it, and then get excited for the next product and then consume that. Getting hyped requires, as we were saying later, too many spoons. Just too many spoons, man. Someone comes up, oh, are you excited for this? Well, I hope it's good, but I'm not necessarily super excited about it. Yeah, you know what, Phantoms, that is an excellent way of putting it. You see the show instead of watching the show. When I'm watching these reveals and it's like not in-game footage, okay, so what you've done is made a film. Well done. And I'm not saying that your film isn't great. When someone's like, hey, here's a cinematic trailer for our game. Okay, why? You're going to make a cinematic trailer for a book? You're going to make an in-game trailer for a film? Why? Why have you gone to a different medium than the one you expect me to buy and shown what you can do? If it's that good, just make a film. Hey, look, we've made this amazing 10-minute trailer. All right, cool. Do that 6 times. You got a film going. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate them. What I'm saying that unfortunately is I know that it's marketing over anything else. I love the Warhammer 40k cinematic trailers. They're fantastic. The Indomitus trailer was absolutely, without a doubt, bloody brilliant. It is not in any way representative of actually playing Warhammer 40k. See, I guess that when I show someone the hype trailer for Warhammer 40k, I'm impressed by the voice acting, I'm impressed by the cinematography, I'm impressed by the graphics, I'm impressed by anything, and as a film it's great, but it's also not representative of the experience you have while playing Warhammer 40k. If you show me something that is representative of the experience I'm going to have, then I can use that as an example to show other people. If you show me something that isn't representative of the experience I'm going to have, then what you are trying to do is create hype to make me buy the thing that you're creating. But you're creating hype through not sharing the thing, but through showing me something that gets me excited? I don't... It's very, very complicated in that... I mean, I was a 90s kid, so do you guys remember seeing adverts on TV for board games that just showed the board games being super hype? And it would be like, you know, the kids having an amazing time, camera zooms in, super exciting, whether it's Mousetrap, where they're building the kind of thing. I had that game where you actually had little kind of spring-loaded guns that you aimed at knights and shot and they blew up and stuff. That was super cool. Or the kind of plastic toy castle that everyone had. Yeah, Crossfire. Crossfire was super cool as well. That was a good one. That was the... Didn't you have to, like, fire the discs across at somebody else? That kind of stuff. But these adverts were actually made using the thing that you were going to buy. Imagine if someone made a cinematic trailer for Monopoly and they just made it look like the most amazing experience in the entire world, and then you went to actually buy Monopoly and you were like, yeah, this is not the experience I had. I would have so much more respect if an advert for Monopoly was just people arguing about what happens when you pay tax. Does the money go on the free space square? Do you get that if you land on free parking? Look, I said that Sunday was going to be a low energy stream because it needs to be, because I want to stream for about 6 hours, but allow me to explain the rules of Monopoly. You do not put the money on free parking. You do not get the money that you've paid the bank if you land on free parking. If you do that, the game goes on for absolutely bloody ages. Monopoly is not designed to go on for ages. It's actually a parody of the inequality within the landlord system. It's designed as a satire. Monopoly has a rule. If you would put a house on a square and there are no houses in the box, you cannot represent a house using an outside game piece. This means the best way to win Monopoly is to build 4 houses on all the things that you own and not upgrade to hotels. Because if you upgrade to hotels, those 4 houses go back into the tray, back into the kind of cycle, and other people can use them. If you own every single house in the game and there physically aren't enough house pieces, other people simply can't build houses. That is a rule in Monopoly. It's one of the reasons it's called Monopoly. You have a monopoly on the housing market. That's how you win. If you can build 12 houses, other people cannot upgrade to hotels. You don't win through having the most hotels, you win through depriving the other people in the game of assets. That's how it works. I hate Monopoly, but by God, if we play, I will win. Just because I hate the game doesn't mean I'm not going to try and metagame it. All right? If anything, I hate the game and I want to metagame it even more. And what I really hate is when people go, oh, but I'm just going to give my friend, I'm going to loan you money. No, you're not going to loan anyone money. Because if you loan someone money, the game lasts longer. And the point of Monopoly is to be sad in the most intense, quick way possible and then go and do something else better. I hate Monopoly. And I'll tell you why I hate Monopoly. I hate Monopoly because I bloody love board games. I absolutely adore board games. We've finished Nature Spirit. This should be a happy moment, but no, we're talking about Monopoly. I love board games. And unfortunately, I used to work in a toy shop, which means that when someone says to me, oh, you like board games? Do you mean like the game of life? Do you mean Monopoly? Do you mean frustration? No, they are shit board games. What you are talking about is the bottom of the barrel board games. It would be like if someone says, I love video games, and they went, oh, you mean like Devil May Cry 2? You mean like Bubsy 3D? No, listen, board games have moved on so far from where they started that they are now some of the best forms of entertainment. Ticket to Ride is fantastic. Pandemic is fantastic. Resistance is fantastic. I love all these games. My cat wants food. She's heard my Monopoly rant. The point is, the problem I have with Monopoly is it is so popular that it has absolutely, completely dominated the board game discussion. And when people talk about board games, they mean shit board games, because that's what they've been exposed to as kids. When you should be talking about good board games. Would watch Monopoly streams though. Right, look, if I do a Monopoly stream, it will be in real life and it will be against somebody else. Ironically, the game Monopoly actually has a monopoly on people's opinions of board games.